Hello, this is Mike again. Wanted to give a quick update. It's now about 11:30 p.m. here on the East Coast, Saturday night. Hopefully, maybe you can tell if you've watched any of the previous two videos. My voice has come back, but I wanted to give a quick update on, I guess this is as they were counting day one. So a day after my surgery. The sore throat that I had, which I don't know if I was intubated. I asked somebody and they said no, but maybe it was the mouthpiece that they had put in, and I was kind of breathing in that very dry, clean hospital air in the operating room. Anyway, it's just about gone. But as far as updates for today, started with the pain management from the medication. So far I have no pain, which I find interesting, and I think that's probably because the looks like I'm getting that reflection again from the light. Sorry about that. The pain block is starting to wear off. On my surgical hand here, I only had the kind of the tingling and numbness in my thumb. The other four fingers never did have an issue with anything there. So I guess whatever the nerve is that runs down into the thumb is the only one that was, I guess, not part of that. But anyway, that is now almost completely gone. I have full feeling back in my thumb, and which means all five fingers are good for the exercising I've done throughout the day today. Excuse me one second while I look down at the band here. The nerve block that they gave me is Exparel, and it's been a godsend. It's really magic. I've had zero pain, so I would put it on a scale of 1 to 10. It's a 0, a 1. There is no pain. I have a sneaky suspicion that as this kind of works its way up my arm and I lose the effectiveness of the nerve block, maybe tonight while I'm sleeping that some of the pain will start setting in. I can't believe that with everything that was done in the shoulder that I wouldn't be getting any kind of pain from this. So we'll see. But I've been only taking kind of a back and forth between acetaminophen, 6 hours later is taking the ibuprofen and acetaminophen and so forth, and hydrating, a lot of water. I've had normal meals. Had my oldest son, his girlfriend, over tonight for a nice Mexican meal that they picked up for us. So my first big meal since the night before my surgery. But I think all in all, so far the experience has been pretty good. But we'll see if the pain ship arrives, today, tomorrow. I guess we'll find out. But I have started doing some of the basic exercises they told me to do, which are basically, opening and closing. Basically, I have the ball on the front of my my sling here, but that's a little tougher to do. So I didn't want to start with that yesterday, but I did it several times today. And then kind of the hand flipping. So ensuring that I'm working the forearm muscles to help with any swelling, edema, and any maybe fluid buildup. I did kind of have my wife take a look at my hands today. Very minimal swelling in my right hand compared to my left. So again, pleased with that. As far as anything beyond that, I did some walking. I'm kind of upstairs, but I can get up and down the stairs now in our house. We have a 2-story house. And so I was able to get up and down the stairs. For lunch, for example, I felt much more stable on my feet today and did some walking for about 15 minutes. Not a really fast pace, just from end to end in the house, just to get the blood flowing. And that felt good, but I was a little winded just because I haven't done my biking in almost 3 months. But it felt good to at least get some blood flowing, and hopefully that will, facilitate, this early part of the healing process. Something that I don't know if any of you will have this issue, but I only slept with one blanket last night. I was wired, pretty much, had a little bit of caffeine. I don't normally drink caffeine. I'm not a coffee drinker. But they gave me a couple of regular Cokes post-op yesterday. And that's enough caffeine for me to, kind of stay up extra a couple of hours. So I just watched some TV last night, and I finally said, at 3 a.m., I need to start getting some shut-eye. And I got about 3 hours of what I think would be good sleep. 6 a.m., I woke up, and at that point I said, I probably need to go to the bathroom. So took care of that, came back in, and couldn't fall back asleep. But I put, I had one of the sleep shades, very lightweight, but it blocked out some of the light. We have a kind of a night light in the hallway. It's a little bit bright, and I didn't want to unplug that since I have to go past that to get to the bathroom. So that worked out wonders to keep the light out of my eyes. But I never did fall back asleep. And so I haven't had much sleep in the last 2 days. And I'm kind of unwinding now. I can start feeling a little bit of the fatigue from going through this. So I'll probably turn in here shortly. But one thing that I did ask my wife to do is the blanket. I only slept with one blanket last night. And it's a rectangular blanket. So for anyone that has a rectangular blanket, I was fighting through this last night. I had it right side up, but I'm not a really tall guy. I'm about 5'10", but I needed to get the blanket lengthwise to make sure it was kind of covering as much of my feet, which I was sleeping with socks on. But I wanted to make sure that they were at least warm, since it's the furthest extremity from my heart. So didn't want to make sure that they were getting cold or anything like that. So I had her mark one end of the longest side, of the shortest side, but so that I had the full length of my body with just blue painter's tape with a big X on it. So there's enough light in here at night, just enough, so I can see the tape. And I'll know right away if I have to go to the bathroom, come back, or if I have to take some pain medication, that I'll see the side I need to be on, and I don't have to flip, with one hand, flip the blanket around to find the right side, and, do I have it, proper orientation, and so forth. So don't know if any of you had tried that or had thought about it. Never entered my mind until I just, kind of went through it last night. So if you have a square blanket, it's not a problem. But if you have a rectangular, it could be problematic, or you're sleeping with the short end and only covering a portion of your body, which may work if you don't need full body coverage. Did a lot of icing today, so started with 20 on, kind of did 20 off. And then I don't have any pain, like I said, but I wanted to, it just felt good because I'm warm-blooded, generally speaking, and it felt good. So to have it on for like 30 minutes, I kept telling my wife that I want to keep it on a little bit longer. And so that's what I did for most of the day today. So a little bit of exercising, a lot of hydration, and using the ice packs. And those were some things that others that have been through this prior to me going through this now. They said that if you follow this religiously, it will definitely help ease the issues that you'll have going through this. So I think that's kind of the update for today. Just wanted to keep it kind of short. I almost forgot about this, which is why this is kind of late today. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. And see if I make a video, if there's anything worth reporting on. If not, then maybe I'll wait until another day, depending on what kind of events transpire. But anyway, good day. Like I said, zero pain. Fingers crossed. But I'm also being realistic about this. And I didn't do the one exercise that I did not do is kind of just the passive, either with my other hand, my good hand, helping with kind of curls just to loosen up the elbow. Because the one thing that I did have, and I mentioned this in a previous video, I had the open biceps tenodesis procedure, so a detachment and then a reattachment of the top portion of my bicep tendon. And I'm going to be using that bicep in order to even do this. I didn't want to do anything with that. So I think I'm going to bypass that one and wait until I go to PT later this week and run it by the experts and see if I'm okay to do that, or if we find something else that maybe will help loosen up the elbow. If any of you have ideas on how to get some of that done, I've looked up some other exercises, but for some of you that have really been through this, maybe you did something different, and if so, more than happy to hear what you might have to offer as some kind of alternative to just doing normal kind of arm bends. But other than that, everything else is going well, and I don't really know if I could be pleased more than I am. So that's it for today. Appreciate you watching, and I will send out another update when it makes sense.